man spent 15 years waiting for one conversation. He rehearsed it endlessly, working out what he'd say and what the other person might finally admit. Then, that person died, suddenly, before any of it happened. You'd think that would break him. Instead, months later, he said something that stuck with me. The prison was never the silence. It was the hope that tomorrow would explain yesterday. You may know this feeling, waiting for someone to explain why they left, waiting for a reason behind a betrayal, or a dream that just quietly died somewhere along the way. We tend to assume healing starts once we get an answer. Psychology suggests something messier, which is that chasing the answer is sometimes exactly what keeps a person stuck. Watch what your mind does when something ends without explanation. A message goes unread. A friendship fades with no fight you can point to. An interview ends on, "We'll let you know." Suddenly, every old memory gets reread for clues. Your brain starts writing a story to fill in whatever reality left blank. And it does this whether or not the story is true. That's not because your mind enjoys the pain. It's trying to close something that feels unfinished. Arie Kruglanski spent decades studying what he called the need for cognitive closure, and one of his central findings was that people will often take a wrong answer over no answer because uncertainty itself is what feels unbearable. Even false certainty can calm you down, at least for a while. That's part of why a late text reply is enough to convince someone they're hated, or one awkward conversation reads as proof a relationship is falling apart. The mind isn't always after truth, it's after relief. Rumors spread faster than facts for a similar reason. Closing the question feels better than sitting with it open, so people take the fastest available ending, true or not. There's a real gap between wanting the truth and wanting the discomfort to stop. Most of us treat those as the same thing until we sit down and actually think about it. Michel Dugas built his research career around what he called intolerance of uncertainty. He found that a lot of people experience simply not knowing as something close to danger, as if the future has to be predicted or controlled before they're allowed to relax. It's the same impulse behind checking your phone over and over after sending a text nobody's answered yet, or replaying one conversation for days after everyone else involved has forgotten it happened. Now stretch that habit across an entire life. Every disappointment needs an explanation before you're allowed to let it go. Every ending has to make sense before you're allowed to keep living. Without ever deciding to, you've handed your peace of mind to an answer that might never show up. Montaigne wrote about something close to this centuries before any of the psychology existed. His argument was that our real weakness isn't ignorance, it's the confidence that everything mysterious should eventually make sense. Uncertainty to him wasn't a crack in reality. It was closer to reality's normal condition. So here's the uncomfortable part. What if the person who hurt you genuinely doesn't know why they did it? What if there's no answer waiting for you, no matter how long you hold out? How many years have already gone by while you waited on something that was never coming? Some people stay stuck for a long time. Others rebuild without ever getting the answers they wanted. What separates them usually isn't what happened. It's what they decided to do with not knowing. Picture a backpack. Every unanswered question goes in as a stone. The friend who vanished. The opportunity that slipped away without warning. The apology that never showed up. At first, each stone feels justified, but nobody is asking you to carry them forever. You're the one who keeps picking them back up, waiting for somebody else to take them out. Usually, nobody does. Here's where the mind fools itself. It assumes understanding the past will fix the present. Research doesn't really back that up. Plenty of people know exactly why a relationship ended, or why they carry a particular fear, and the pain sticks around anyway. Knowing why and actually feeling better turn out to be two different things. The search for closure likes to dress itself up as maturity. I just need one conversation. I just need to know why. Sometimes that's true. Other times, It's a quiet bargain with reality, betting that one answer will erase the discomfort underneath it. It usually doesn't pay off that way. There's a deeper trap here too. We assume certainty equals safety, but needing someone else to hand you certainty is its own kind of dependence. If your peace depends on an answer only they can give, your stability has moved out of your hands and into theirs, whether or not they know they're holding it. Consider how much of your life is already sitting on hold, waiting for recognition before you let yourself feel proud, waiting for forgiveness before you move forward, waiting for someone to admit they were wrong before you let your anger go. Time keeps moving. You stay exactly where you are. Kierkegaard's line still holds up. Life can only be understood backwards, but it has to be lived forwards. It sounds like something for a quote card, but it's closer to literal than people give it credit for. Your brain wants tomorrow's certainty handed to you today. Life doesn't work that way. Understanding tends to show up years later, if it shows up at all. Closure isn't always something that happens to you. Sometimes it's a decision, not a decision to stop caring, and not one to pretend nothing happened, but a decision to stop tying your future to an answer the world never actually promised you. None of this means every question is pointless. Some are worth asking out loud. Some deserve real accountability. The problem starts when your whole emotional life is waiting at a door that nobody's walking through. The people who seem to cope best usually aren't the ones who got a clean ending. They're the ones who figured out how to start something new without waiting for the old story to close first. There's a strange kind of freedom in realizing an unanswered question doesn't get a vote in what the rest of your life looks like. If there's a chapter in your life that never made sense, a goodbye that never happened, an apology you're still waiting on, not having an explanation doesn't mean the story is unfinished. Some chapters end with answers, others end in silence, and both are still endings you can build a life past. Life was probably never going to answer every question you had. Living among imperfect people in an unpredictable world seems to guarantee a few will stay open. The real question isn't whether closure eventually arrives. It's how much of your life you're willing to spend waiting for it before you start living anyway. If this perspective made you see your own mind a little differently, take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who's still waiting for answers that may never come. And if you're fascinated by the hidden psychology behind human behavior, subscribe to Psyscholar. Every week, we explore the invisible forces shaping the way we think, feel, and live. Until next time, keep questioning your mind before it quietly begins answering for you.